Hello everyone, TP here, and welcome to the first episode of Thomas Corrections. Kinda sounds like my first, channel name, huh? Yeah, I felt inspired to make this series after watching the Daisy discrepancy video by The Unlucky Tug, where he explains how Daisy almost never existed in the TV series. And I really liked the episode arrangement parts, so this led me to wanting to make my own correction series on the show, explaining details and making sure everything works within their timeline, or anything else for that matter. So, I decided, why not start with the best of the best? Let's dive in and talk about Season 3. So before we begin, let's talk about Season 3's history. Season 3 was greenlit after Clearwater Features shut down due to the sister series Tugs not doing as well as expected. Season 3 adapted half of their stories from the Railway series, and the other half from 20 Magazine Marvel comics written by Andrew Brenner, who would go on to be the head writer for the show in 2013. So, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Alright, into the season we go. Now, this season may be my favorite, but like every Thomas season made, it ain't perfect. It's got some very meh episodes, and starting now into the topic, some episodes have characters that shouldn't be there. For example, Diesel's main appearance is in Diesel Does It Again, and he was sent away by the end of the episode. But in episodes before and after this, he's seen on Sodor yet again. How many exactly? Only 4. I don't count Edward Trevor in the Really Useful Party, for it was a deleted scene and he does not appear anywhere in the final episode. And I don't count Escape, since Diesel is already on the other railway, as the narrator establishes that Douglas is on the other railway in Escape. So I'm gonna say Diesel visited to Sodor a second time to either help out in areas like Brendam Docks and Farquhar Quarry, or would often talk to or see other engines like Gordon, City of Truro, and Mavis. I guess Topham had no choice yet again. But I also noticed some other problems with the episode order. So, Donald's Duck shows Duck running on his branch line and helping out with the construction. That was episode number 5. But in Diesel Does It Again, it shows Duck working at the docks, and that's episode number 8. And in All at Sea, it shows Duck at the same place yet again, and yet it is episode number 18. But that's 10 episodes apart from Diesel Does It Again. So yeah, that part's told out of order. Oh, but there is more. Thomas's line closes down and we see Thomas in the yard, so we can assume Percy went to the docks to work with Duck for Diesel Does It Again and All at Sea. But that gets mentioned in Trust Thomas, the episode where Thomas's branch line is reopened and in fine service. So, how are we to categorize this? Well, we can assume that the docks are getting busier and busier, as established in Diesel Does It Again, and Percy would need to stay there a bit longer. But in Thomas Gets Bumped, we see Percy pulling the express coaches for some reason, and you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that. This I wouldn't call a major problem, but it is weird to me, and I'm sure most people are gonna disagree with me on this. But does it bother anyone how the locations introduced are not established? Well, at least in previous episodes before they are established. Like, for example, Henry's Forest first appears in Gordon and the Famous Visitor, which is episode number 4, but it isn't established. And Henry's Forest is placed after that as episode number 9, and yet it does. So I'd swap the 2 episodes around just to make more sense of it. Although I guess it could be a setup for Henry's Forest, but frankly, I'm not convinced if that's true or not. Also, I'd like to point this little piece out. In the episode Bulgy, you can see James on the turntable here. Well, in this shot of Oliver, you can only barely see his tender. And he was also on that same turntable from the episode prior in Buzz Buzz. So this could mean these episodes are right next to each other because they take place at the same time, so I'll roll along with that. I would also like to be consistent in terms of weather and seasons. There are some episodes with rainy, snowy, and cloudy settings scattered around, like A Scar for Percy, Percy's Promise, The Trouble with Mud, Mavis, Toby's Tightrope, Edward and Trevor and the Really Useful Party, only mentioned anyway, and Thomas and Percy's Christmas Adventure. Also, Thomas has been seen in Little Western a couple times, so I'm going to assume he's taking the school children to and from their school around the summertime or something. Who knows? But with all the things mentioned, let's go ahead and fix the list. So, this is the official order of the season. As you can see, it is technically incorrect. So let's try to fix the correct order of these episodes. So first, we swap the establishment of the new location, Henry's Forest. That includes the episode itself and Gordon and the Famous Visitor. The rest of the episodes, which are No Joke for James and Trouble with Mud, are both fine. Next is Thomas's branch line closing for a while. Thomas is in the yard while Duck and Percy work at the harbor. Thomas's line reopens and Percy goes back to his duties and Duck goes to construct his line with the other engines. So let's swap some of the episodes here and there. And done. Next is Bulgy and Buzz Buzz. So let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, looking solid so far. Next is weather and seasons that take place. So let's rearrange the episodes again. Alright, we are done that. What's next? Oh, I think that's it. So, to conclude, my episode order goes as so. And that is the complete first episode of the new series. Now, I know some of you will disagree with my order of episodes, and that's fine. If you prefer to watch the season in the official order, cool, I'm happy for you. I'm just doing my own personal preference. And in terms of what I discussed in this video, I feel a similar case should be done with Season 7, because I've seen that the episodes from that season are also told out of order. But I'll get to that when I get to that video. But if you want to watch Season 3 in this order, I have created a playlist for it. Link in the description. And that is it from me for today, folks. I thank you guys for watching, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!